How cool is that?
What number am I on? 8. Getting into sledding. You know, I'll just leave it at that. I pulled a blank. Welcome back. Have you been watching sledding videos on YouTube channels like mine or real YouTube channels and thought, I'd really like to give that a go? Well, this is the video for you because I'm going to talk about what no one tells you about getting into sledding. I've been sledding since 2021. I've done 80 rides, I've done 6,500 kilometers, and I spent $66,000. Yeah, I know. And so I want to have an honest conversation and I want to tell you things that I wish people told me. But before we start all that, I want to start with talking you out of the idea of sledding. These are 10 things you won't be told and reasons you might not want to commit. Number 1, the $66,000 I mentioned, that is everything. So that includes lessons, that includes fuel, that includes the whole cost of the sled. And the number I give to people is between $300 and $600 a day. How did I get there? I took my total spend minus what it would cost to sell all my gear, divided by my number of days, it's 80. It comes to around 600. And I can use data from other sledders like Matt, Andy, etc., and we compare numbers. Yeah, this is going to cost you $300 to $600 a day. That's number 1. Number 2, you've got your sled, you're going to need a truck, and then you're going to need a ramp. There's a whole other expense to sledding just to get it around. And number 3, and then you've got to store this thing, and it's not just storing it throughout the winter, you've got to store it throughout the summer. You've got to summarize it. A lot of people spend monthly fees in storage units storing these damn things. Can you store a sled? Number 4, this is not a casual hobby. This isn't something you can just do at an odd weekend now and again. You really have to commit years in order to get anywhere. It takes a long time to be able to control the sled. It's going to take a season. It's going to take at least 10 rides to do that. Number 5 is an absolute pain to move this thing around. So you've got it stored, you've got to put it on wheels to get it out, you've got to take the wheels off, you've got to put it up a ramp, strap it all up, then you've got to get up the mountain. It used to be fun. Like when you start, it's quite fun moving your sled around and then it just turns into a bit of a pain. Number 6, you do need very reliable, organised friends to go sledding who really know what they're doing. Do you have that? Number 7, thinking you're going to buy a sled just to go sled skiing on a path like this? Wrong. Sled skiing is really difficult. Doubling is hard, towing is even harder. Making a trail up to where you'd really want to ski is really difficult. And you've got to learn to sled ski. Number 8, your sled or your friend's sled is going to break down or someone is going to crash it. This will happen to you or someone around you. Number 9, in all seriousness, people do die. This is a very high risk sport. Just because things are low probability, you know, you're in the snow, it's soft. If you do something that's high consequence, it's high risk. So keep that in mind. Number 10, this is more than just backcountry. Some of this stuff is seriously remote. You've got big terrain, you're on these machines that can go very far. There is no cell phone reception. Can you commit to being comfortable with that? If I haven't put you off with that and you want to know the positive side of sledding, here it is. You will meet some really quite remarkable people sledding. It's been quite amazing just this year alone who I've met. I've met people who have competed in X Games. I've met super smart people on the ground from all walks of life. Pretty much everyone I know has an amazing skill set, which is always really interesting. Actually, I really love the sledding community. Done a lot of sports in my time and I've been a part of quite a few communities. I really do like the sledding community and I'm not just saying this to put it out on YouTube. Everyone who does this has made some serious commitment and been through some serious pain. The other thing that is awesome about these machines is you will go to places you cannot get to without one of these. We go further than the local heli tours for skiing. Yeah, sure, you could fly and stuff to where we go, but if you want to go skiing or you want to go super deep, you cannot beat a snowmobile. You can get so far back. It is just amazing. There is something about going up a powdered hill at 60 miles an hour whilst wheeling that I cannot explain. It is just such an amazing experience. There's nothing you can compare it to. It shouldn't be possible, but it is. And every time I go out on these machines, I am amazed what they can do. It is just chaos and fun at the same time. You'll build confidence in the backcountry. You'll have memories you will never forget. I think you'll build yourself as a person, but it takes a lot to get there. So I want to share some steps with you now if you want to get into this, which I wish people would have told me. This is, guys, 12 steps to success. Nothing to do with religion or alcoholism. I've just come up with 12 steps. Step number 1, go and do an AST1 course or some kind of avalanche training course. Even if you're not sledding, if you're going to the backcountry, you're doing slack country, please just go and do that. Just go, you'll learn something. Step number 2, don't buy a trailer. Forget it, buy a vehicle. I recommend a V8 with a long box. Matt has a 7.3 diesel, as you know, massive truck. It might not be massive, might be pretty tiny, but he does have the long box and that works for him. Don't get a trailer. Step number 3, please do not just go and buy a sled and go out. Don't do that. Go and take some lessons and rent a sled whilst you're on a lesson. I highly recommend Broken Boundaries beginner course. That's what got me to where I am. You've got to invest in this. Don't buy, rent first. Step number 4, find reliable people. You're going to go through a lot of people to find the right ones. Look at the people you're riding with and ask yourself, if the worst came to worst, are these people capable of doing the best job to get me out of that situation? And ask that of yourself as well. You've got to find yourself a good crew. To find people, I highly recommend going to the Broken Boundary courses or some courses to meet people, or continue to go to the same mountain routinely. You'll eventually end up meeting people. Number 5, get the right gear. So the basic gear I would recommend starts with an airbag. This is one of those sports where you actually really do need an airbag. You've got a very heavy machine, you're on deep powder that has been untouched. I can purposely cause avalanches. Please get an airbag. Knee pads. That is one thing that no one tells you. Get knee pads. Your snowwear, you need some boots, gloves, full face helmet. Make sure you get a full face helmet. Don't half do it. You do hit your chin quite a lot in this sport. It's well worth it. Avalanche gear, you're going to need some tools, you're going to need a saw, you're going to need a tow strap. You're also going to need a radio, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Oh, and of course, some hot chocolate and a sandwich. Very important, highly recommended. I'm going to put a full list on the screen, but I would recommend going for a monosuit. Probably before that, heated goggles. They are a real game changer. And actual snowmobile boots, super comfy. Again, a full list is going to be on the screen of everything I can think about and everything I take. And that could be a whole video in itself. Number 6, something that no one talked to me about. You've got to get into radios. You've got to get into communication. What that means is getting something like a Baofeng radio that you can program channels, understand frequencies, and understand how to get onto the likes of BCA channels. It's a whole nother world. It doesn't have to be too complicated. There's a guy, Dave Nerona, who sells programmed Baofeng radios out the box, but get into radios. It's worth it. Number 7, when you're set up for your first season, just focus on 2 things: throttle control and getting unstuck. That's all that matters. Everything else will come later. Be really good in your throttle and getting yourself out. That's all you need to do. Number 8, buy smart. And so what do I mean by that? Make sure you get something that has warranty. You saw this year I had to heli a sled out. That was a 2022 turbo. It costs like $800 a grand just to move it out. You don't want to have to pay for the expense after. Do not buy a free ride. You are not going to do 50-foot jumps. And don't buy a Lynx because you're not doing 50-foot drops. Just get a Summit. You do not have to get something like this, a turbo. I would say get a 165 unless you are short. And by short, I mean less than 5'8", then go for a 154. The Skidoo Summit is the place to go. Pay extra for a key, really for 2 reasons. You don't want to get to the trailhead, get out your car and you forgot your key. Just keep a spare one in your bag. If you lose one on the mountain, it's going to be a heli ride out. So pay the $100, take your sled in, get a spare key and keep it. Well worth it. Number 9, controversial topic. Get insurance. Get insurance. Just last year alone, I took out 2 beginners who ended up crashing into each other. One of them had insurance. If that person didn't have insurance, one of them was on the hook for the whole $15,000. If you're not going to get insurance for yourself, get it for the people around you. My sister crashed a rental into a tree on a lesson, and I didn't think to get insurance, but I just get insurance. I live by the rules. That was $6,000 of damage. Just do it. No argument. Number 10, create a morning routine. Create a list or put things in certain places. Get yourself into a really good routine. That can involve looking at what the avalanche forecast is, to where you're putting stuff, to what you're prepping. Find a routine, find a way to figure out a routine. Number 11, always think of an exit plan. So if you're going to go down something, if an avalanche springs out, how am I going to get out of here? If my sled breaks down, how am I going to get out of here? If I have to stay somewhere overnight, how am I going to get out? And when it comes to getting out, where is the cell phone service? Is there a point where I'm going up where I can get it if I need it? Do we have in-reaches? Do we have satellite comms on us? Can we get a message out if we need to exit? If we're on a glacier and suddenly we get caught out in really poor visibility, can we navigate our way out? You get the point. Have an exit plan. Okay, and number 12, the final rule, which is the most important rule. Never go out alone. Don't do it. If you have been let down, it happens. You've got to go back and find some more reliable friends. You can always ask. In my last video, I took a guy who was 68. And it was fantastic. If you have to go alone and you're left up in the mountain and you're coming down, take it very easy. As a golden rule, never go alone. I hope you enjoyed my 12 steps to get into sledding. I would just like to say it is an amazing sport. I absolutely love it. It is what keeps me going throughout the winter and really keeps me in Canada. It is just highly recommended. For those who have watched this video who do sled, I would love to know the things that you wish you were told before you started sledding and what you've learned. Please put them in the comments, please share. And send this to someone who perhaps wants to get into sledding. If you want to understand a full breakdown cost for a season, I'm going to put a video in the description or somewhere maybe around here. And I would highly recommend, if you want to get an idea of what an average season looks like for a very average rider, I've now done 2 seasons of daily VBLOGs. So if you go to my channel and search day, you could see last year and this year, and that will give you an idea of what it's really like, unlike some of these other godlike characters you see on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Love to know what you think, and see you on the next one.